Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. And for Blake Griffin, he's improved his shooting to expand his range over the last few seasons. Shaq, he seems to have just about everything you want in a power forward.
Yeah, he's very, very strong. He can hurt you with his back to the basket or facing up. You know what, Ernie? He shot over 40% from mid-range last season, and he can put it on the floor. Not like me, but he can put it on the floor.
His game has improved, Kenny.
Not like Shaq, but he's one of the best passing big men that we've seen, you know, both from the outside and the inside. He had over five assists last year. That's big.
And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
I didn't mean it like that.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors in their last game, a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Brandon Knight is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Hill. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Griffin in at the 4. And it's the Warriors ball. Down low. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
First free throw is good. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Now, here is Knight. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Now, here's Teague. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And, guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Smith hits them both.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key. You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Barton dishes to Knight. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Green kicks to Smith. That's good. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade. 4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
The Warriors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Knight kicks to Griffin. Here's Ross. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Here's Jordan, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Warriors trail by 6. Barton kicks to Griffin. Dishes to Knight. Pick up by Hill. It's Knight with the drive. Jordan with the rebound. Back to Terrence Ross, Greg. You're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
Here is Knight following the basket by Draymond Green. Here's Griffin. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. DeAndre Jordan, number 1.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Well, his adaptability is a terrific attribute to have. I mean, he plays his game based on the look the defense gives him. And he's prepared to try anything and do anything in order to get the high percentage shot that he wants.
And here is Green. Brandon Knight getting it to go from deep. Green the pass to Ariza. Green with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Green kicks to Ariza. Green the screen. Clock is at 3. Puts it up from 17. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Parroting that team from Mark Jackson, Greg, those are good points. He passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green, he's checked in for Hill. Johnson comes in for Ross. Markel Brown, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Cole subbed in for Brandon Knight. Now, here's Green. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Picked by Griffin. And the wide open shot from Green. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Teague dishes to Bogut. Great D that time from Griffin.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Smith, the pass to Noah. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Noah's got his first points of the game.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
The dish to Bogut. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Warriors trail by 7. To the paint. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bogut. Chandler kicks to Smith. A beautiful reverse layup. Smith's got 8 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Here's Cole. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Feeds it to Griffin. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. The home team, they're up by 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, James Johnson is out there with Hill. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's Norris Cole. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here is Ross. Following the basket by Draymond Green. Here's Hill. Barton in the corner. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Outside Teague. Barnes kicks to Smith. Noah's shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And that one's good. Barton. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. T kicks it to Noah, and he jams it with authority.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer, Clark. He's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator. He's an agitator. and he's a team player, I think, at the court. Everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
Nice checked in for Cole. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Knight. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Knight's got 7.
For Matt Barnes, I really felt last season was one of his best. He near his career high for three-point percentage and a career low in turnover.
And stolen by Knight. Johnson dishes to Ross. Johnson, the pass to Barton. The 10 wide open. His three-pointers off the mark.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And I know if I were starting a club, Matt Barnes is the type of guy I would immediately look for. He's that tricky enforcer who has just enough skill to hurt you with his game. So him, in my book, equals winner.
Here's Green following the score by Golden State. Back to Teague. Inside, here's Ariza, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists in the game. Warriors trail by 8. Here's Barton. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
fun. No doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, is he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And Brown drops them both. And here is Teague. 5 points in the game. Left side, Jordan. Back to Teague. And stolen by Knight. Brown outside. The pass to Griffin. Outside Knight. Picked by Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State moving the ball around. That's good. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they've done a great job to get back within striking distance. Really a solid comeback effort here.
Now, here's Bogut. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And stolen by Ariza. T kicks to Bogut. That's tipped. It's stolen by Brown. Johnson outside. Brown outside. Griffin dishes to Johnson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Jordan against Green. Outside Teague. Back to Jordan. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Brown. Leading the fast break. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Teague the pass to Ariza. Bogut kicks to Chandler. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for a man.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Nobody had an answer for Draymond Green in the first. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Just about time for the 3rd quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the 3rd. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
They've got Trevor Ariza. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Smith, and it's Teague in at the point guard.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And for Golden State, we've got Will Barton. Griffin is out there with Hill. Then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Knight in at the 1 spot. Griffin's shot is off.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
On defense, the home team, trailing by 2. Kicks to Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Here's Smith. Nice D from Griffin.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Here's Knight. 7 points in the game. lets it go with a three. And again, no good by Golden State.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
And the shot is good. And that's now 10 points for Brandon Knight.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Green kicks to Smith. It's stolen by Hill. From 13, they get the rebound. And it's blocked by Jordan. Hands on the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Here's Barton. He's got 6. Down low. A beautiful reverse layup. And that's now 7 points now for Terrence Ross.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Cole dishes to Hill. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
And Noah with the slam.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Warriors leading by 3. Cole the pass to Griffin. The feed to Barton, poked loose, and stolen by Jeff Teague. And here they go. And the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Barton. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
But they recover it. The kick out to Teague. And that misses. That would have put him up. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's taken away by Smith. To the middle. Here's Green. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 16 points for Draymond Green.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence his entire career.
Yeah, he's... always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
And finished off by Brown.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now here's Noah. 6 points for him. And Chandler throws it down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Here's Cole. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throws.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Now here's Chandler.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
With a floater, it's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now here is Robinson. Screened by Bogut. He tries for 3. Cole with the rebound. Jacks up a 3. No good. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Warriors lead by 2. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Trevor Ariza out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Teague. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Smith in a 2-guard.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Barton kicks to Ross. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
Knight. Good D by Ariza.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
And that one's good. Barton. And the Warriors lead by 4. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end. There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Warriors shooting it pretty well, close to 50%.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
4 on the clock. Here's Barton. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Barton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, guys. I got a chance to hear what the home team head coach was saying to his players. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. That free throw, no good.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
Hill sets the screen for Knight. And stolen by Jordan. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Green dishes to T. Jordan with a screen on Knight. T kicks to Green. Jordan sets the pick for Green. Off the pick. Offensive rebound. T. It's deflected. Ross against Ariza. Here's Hill. Raymond Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
Green, the screen. Pass to Hill. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got 6 assists now in the game.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Green. And that one hits back iron. Warriors leading by 6. Barton passes to Knight. And it's Golden State with another.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success. Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Griffin comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Johnson in for Terrence Ross. Outside Knight, passes to Griffin. Back to Knight for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from T.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And the basket by Hill.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Green, no luck. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 16-5 run. It's stolen by T.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
It's been a good one for Smith. 10 points and the 1 steal. The success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
So he gets them both. Warriors leading by 9. 1:19 left to play here in the fourth.
That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Ladies and gentlemen,
1:16 left in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier. And now, Clark, they not only muscled their way back into the game, but, wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win it easily.
I think this epitomizes the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance of never doubting your teammates, your coaches. This team stayed together. I really like what I've seen here tonight. They definitely earned this.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Brandon Knight. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Doubled by Smith. Pass to Knight. Three-pointer. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And the Warriors lead by 14.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. And he makes the first.
2 shots.
Knight hits them both.
Timeout call.
Timeout. Start it.
Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
Yep. He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Brandon, certainly a nice win, aided in large part by your ability to get your teammates involved. What is your primary focus?
Definitely just get my guys going a lot more and, try to be more of a playmaker. And, I enjoy, seeing, getting guys going and them making shots off my passes.
I think they enjoy it as well, Brandon. Great job. Guys, over to you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Knight. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight. Big time. They needed this sort of performance for him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
Brandon Knight had his A game working for him tonight. He plays the game at a lightning-fast pace, and we got a serious taste of that tonight. When he puts on those afterburners, forget about it. He's out of there.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports group, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.